We start with that breaking news out of South Stroud. We've been talking about all morning here on WCNC Plus. At least 6 people are injured after a apartment fire there. This is happening over near South Boulevard and Sharon Road West. Richard Devane there live on scene. Richard, you are actually in the middle of speaking to some of those neighbors.
Neck up.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, can you imagine as a father, if your daughter calls you in the middle of the night or early morning, I should say, and well, I'll let, tell us your name, Vanessa.
My name is Vanessa Gilmore.
And you got a call this morning. What happened?
Yes, I don't know, my daughter, she had called my cell phone and I didn't get it answered in time, and so she called on the house phone, and my mom came to me. She said, Courtney wants you to pick up the phone, and you know, all I heard is, Mama, 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 my apartment's on fire, my apartment's getting ready to burn down. And she hung up the phone, and I tried to call her back, and she didn't answer the phone, and so I got dressed real quick, and you know,
you got out here, yeah, all the way from Gastonia.
Yeah, coming from Gastonia, but it seemed like time stopped. I wasn't going to get here fast enough because I didn't know what was going on.
Now, there is good news for her. You telling me about her apartment is on the end of this unit,
yeah,
and it's protected?
Yes, it's beside the firewall, and so by being next to the firewall, the firewall stopped the fire. But they said the most she would have is a little bit of water and smoke damage.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad she's okay, and I know some nervous moments for both of you guys, but she's going to be okay. But we want to point out, this is the damage you see right here. This is what's left of that unit that caught on fire. Some neighbors told us they heard what sounded like a loud explosion, a bang. If we have that video, you can show that video that actually shows how intense these flames were. When the fire department got here, they said it took them about 4 minutes to get here after getting the call, and multiple units. We had this was a 2-alarm fire. They say multiple units came out here and were able to work to get this fire under control. But as you can well imagine, there was a significant amount of damage. You can just see how much damage there is. We did speak to a number of neighbors who said they were awakened by either hearing the loud bang and then walking outside and then seeing what was going on. One neighbor says she was awakened by firefighters knocking on her door and telling her to get out. That video we showed you of the flames was actually somebody else who lives in that same section where the mother of the young lady told us. That same section of this particular unit or this particular part of the complex said that she actually was very calm. She said the firefighters were urgently telling her to leave, but they were calm, and so she was able to calmly get out. And that's what a couple other neighbors told us, how good a job the fire department did. You asked us in the last little bit, Ben, about the people who were involved. 6 people injured, transported. I can tell you that they were all in the same unit, according to the fire department. Investigators tell me they were all in the same unit, and police are also saying that there were at least 11 people who were actually inside that apartment unit at the time that this fire broke out. Right now, this fire is very much under investigation. We can tell you the arson investigators are here also looking at it to try to determine exactly what happened, how it happened, and we also know that the Red Cross is here, as always. Is a good sign when they're here to help those people who've been displaced by this. A couple neighbors tell us they're still waiting to see if they can go inside their apartment and see what's damaged, what's salvageable. And you know, this is the type of thing that happens a lot when we have these fires. People lose everything, but the most important thing that they can say they keep is their lives. They're safe. And right now we're still working to find out the extent of those injuries. We'll get the extent of those injuries. Also, we'll be able to tell you a little bit more about what may have started this fire when investigators give us more information. I spoke to one a little bit ago who said it's just too early to release any of that to us right now. But of course, as we get it, we do know, like Ruben is showing you, the Red Cross is on the scene. They're here as usual to help out those families who've been displaced. That we've already seen them talking to some folks, offering their assistance. So we'll continue to be here and find out what we can and present it to you throughout all of our social platforms. We are reporting live right here off of Archdale. How are you doing? This is Richard Devane. Guys, send it back to you.
And Richard, when we usually report on this, we hear a lot about smoke detector issues and that sort of thing. But I'm wondering, did anyone else's smoke detector go off when this was going on? Have neighbors told you anything about smoke detectors?
A every single neighbor I spoke to did not mention their smoke detectors. That's something people mentioned right away. Excuse me, did your smoke detector go off? Did your smoke detector go off? We're going to find out from her. She said no. And the other neighbors I spoke to said they were asleep. They were not waken up by smoke detectors. They were actually awakened by the fire crews telling them to get out. And so I don't know about if there were working smoke detectors, or if folks, so far I've spoken to, this would make about 6 to 7 people. I would say 6 to 7 people who actually were either inside this unit or close by, and not one of them has mentioned, because that's something people mentioned, my smoke detector went off and I heard something. But everybody I've spoken to said they were awakened by either the sounds of the fire department, or the fire department knocking on their door, or someone else yelling for them to get out. I didn't hear anything from anyone saying anything about smoke detectors.
Richard,
But that's something, of course, we'll look into.
We have a soundbite that you got for us that we want to listen into. If we can, let's go to that soundbite.
Yeah.
They did a really good job, because when the fire, it went from the, it looks like the balcony, it went up to the top of the building, and it was actually crossing over to our side of the building. And they did a really good job taking it out. Just red everywhere, like flames engulfing everything. The tree caught on fire some.
And to see this.
And then they cut down one of the trees too.
And I'm gonna, as we come back here live, that was Jennifer who gave us that video right there. That's the tree she's talking about that caught on fire, and they had to cut this one down. You can see it singed. I can get a better perspective from where I'm standing now. You can see just how much damage occurred. But she was the one who also said, her and her girlfriend said they were very calm. There were 4 of them inside of the unit that they were inside of, and they were hoping that no one was injured. Of course, we had to tell them that some people were transported. Again, we were told by police as well that there were 11 people inside the unit, that main unit that caught fire this morning, 6 of them having to be treated and transported.
Richard Devane, we'll let you go back to speaking to neighbors and investigators there. Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll continue to cover this all morning long here on WCNC Plus.